This is part 7 on faith is a fruit of the Spirit, not something we must do to get it. Now, the Apostle Paul said, the just shall live by faith. We don't, by faith, live the Christ life. We live Christ's life because faith comes when we hear the gospel. We don't live by faith. We live by faith that comes to us by hearing the gospel. We don't live by faith. We live by faith that happens to us when we hear the gospel. I'm just rewording this so that you can get it. You see, the just shall live by faith. That sounds like, okay, by faith I'm going to try to live. No, the just shall live by faith. In other words, life comes from faith that comes to your heart when your heart is persuaded and believes the truth. Then you're living. So the just shall live by faith is not the just shall live by faith. Okay, I'm going to go through this life by random acts of faith. No, the just shall live by faith. Hallelujah. And faith is faith in God's grace and what he did on our behalf, not in what death is what we try to do on God's behalf to gain his approval, acceptance, or forgiveness. So the just shall live by faith, okay, means that the just shall live by faith that comes to them by hearing the word of Christ. We don't live by faith. We live by faith that happens to us by hearing the gospel. Life is a consequence. The life of Christ is a consequence of what happens in us when faith comes. So the just shall live by faith. We don't by faith live. Many years I did things that I called living by faith, but I wasn't living because I was too busy doing what I called faith. The just shall live by faith because faith that comes imparts the life of Christ. There is a vast difference between trying to live by faith and living the Christ life because faith has come.